Hi, I'm Paris. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and my pronouns are she, her. So, the first time that I recognized what queerness was, or when queerness was, I think, first introduced to me, I had a queer cousin. I have a queer cousin. And my family was never like, oh, she is gay, so you're not allowed to be around her. It was always, this is our family member. She's just very different than the rest of us, and still love her and respect her in the same way. And that was kind of just it for me. I think I was like 4 or 5 when I finally like came to that like recollection that my cousin did not have like a male partner and that she had a female partner. And I didn't really ask any questions. It wasn't like presented to me any weird way or anything. It was just like, this is your aunt, or this is your cousin, excuse me, this is your cousin, this is her partner, and this is how it just is. So having a family that was more accepting, it did make me feel comfortable with exploring myself, but on the flip side of that, my family is still very religious and in the church heavy. So I was still a little scared and a little reluctant. Um, but once I like came into that, this is my family, and if they love my cousin, they will love me. Um, it became a little easier. Let me think about that one. I think I realized that I was navigating race and queerness at the same time during my first Pride. Um, I went to my first Pride in 2014. Yeah, I was like 2014, which makes me about 16. And I always knew that there was a line, like there was a box and there were boxes, but going to Pride and seeing the people who were yelling at us at Pride and watching non-people of color walk past the same people and still get two separate insults were that was eye-opening for me as a child. I was still a teenager. I'm somebody's kid, somebody's baby. And I think that's when I realized, like, one, I am queer, so I knew they were gonna yell at me anyway. But being black and queer, it seems like they charge it up to the max for us. And it's just like it was different for me because I didn't know what to expect. But I also knew that going down there, like my mom was just like, I just want you to be careful and I want you to be safe. I don't want to limit this experience, but I know that you're a black queer woman and that might be scary walking downtown because we don't know who's going to be down there. That was 12 years ago. So we don't know who's going to be down there doing whatever because there is a group of people down there that are wanting to cause harm to you because of just who you are, just because of your skin color and your queerness. And I want you to be safe. So that was really the eye opening, my first Pride, honestly. After my first experience with being black and queer, I think that I supercharged it. I was like, if people are gonna be mad, like they're just gonna have to be mad. I think that I supercharged it to the max, like rainbow bell, rainbow scrunchies, rainbow bracelets, just rainbow anything, just to the point of you already see that I'm black. You already see that I'm a woman and I can hide my queerness very well if I need to, but I don't want to. So it didn't do anything, but I think charged it up more. I navigated androgyny throughout high school, trying to figure out who I wanted to be, how I wanted to dress, if I wanted to be in a box or not. Um, and honestly, I'm happy where I am now. My queerness being erased in a space or supposed to be, that was supposed to be for me. When I was a teenager, I had a girlfriend and we had been friends for a very, very long time. Unfortunately, when we both came out as a couple, the safe space that I had was immediately pulled from under me. And it went on for too long. But I grew from it and I'm okay now. And I think that whole situation made me scared at one point, like to be openly queer and be out because I was always watching my back. at one point because the space was no longer safe for me to even be queer in a public setting because somebody was watching me. So that was my life for a little while, for a couple of years. And as a queer teenager, that was not where I needed to be. As a queer adult now, I got queer teen me, and we are okay though. Any stereotypes that I've had to navigate being a Black queer woman would be being oversexualized because I am femme presenting. Men oversexualize me from jump. They're like very much like, oh, well, you already like so and so, so we should do X, Y, and Z. And that's not me. Men do sexualize me, but also women sexualize me. Um, and not always in like sacred spaces, but like in public spaces because they already were women. So they think that because we're women, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Because we are women, it's okay. So the stereotype is that I'm promiscuous or that I will sleep with anybody because I am a pansexual woman. Everybody thinks we sleep with pans. We get the are you attracted to pans or what is that for real kind of sense? Or, oh, you'll just sleep with anything because once we explain that it's hearts and not parts, it is also just anything or anybody walking. So automatically getting stamped with that promiscuous tag as a queer woman is the stereotype I think I navigate the most. The difference between visibility and safety for queer people, to me personally, visibility looks like basically I took this picture and there are two people in this picture and they are queer. That is, oh, I see a queer person in the picture. But being a safe space is you do not have to mask your queerness when you're in this room. If somebody says something out of line about you being queer, somebody will be there to help you or defend you. That the homophobia, transphobia, sexism is not running rampant through your spaces. And if they are not safe spaces for queer people. It looks a lot different than just throwing two queer people on a staff somewhere and being like, here's your safe space because X, Y, and Z is queer. No. A safe space for a queer person looks like, hey, we invited you all to be here because we want you to be a part of our space, not because we're trying to check a box. Visibility and safe spaces for me are very, very different. I can just I'm a model. I can book a queer model easily. That's a box checker. A safe space for my queer models would be to let them know that there are multiple queer people on staff. My photographer is queer friendly. They will respect your pronouns. They will not misgender you or call you your dead name. It's a very big difference for me. Oh, I like that one. That's a good. These are good contrasting questions. Um, where does my joy live for me as a Black queer? When I get as a Black queer that's been out since they were a teenager, when I get to see old Black queers be comfortable in their spaces and not be scared, I think that brings me a different level of joy because they never got that. And then when I see baby queers who have been shunned find their community and their family, because I was able to be that community and family for so many other queer kids because my family was so accepting. I don't know how that feels to be fully just pushed out or boxed out because I had somewhere to run when I was boxed out. So seeing my people just be happy within themselves and be comfortable within themselves, I think actually brings me the most joy. It's not even me that I have what I need. So I'm very glad when people have what they need and they get what they need. Think that's my favorite. What Pride Month means to me is one, fuck the patriarchy, and we outside until we can't be outside no more. And then what Pride means to me is family, is community, is love, um, is a safe space. We invite everybody to Pride, even though we are not invited everywhere. We do not make Pride a you can't come if you're not queer kind of party. We invite everybody to Pride. It doesn't matter what color you are, what shape you are, size you are, how you identify. Everybody's welcome at Pride. So Pride is community and family and love. And if you see it any way else, we just don't agree there, honey.